Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. In the last video we went into details about Meghan's appearance at Variety's Power of Women Gala. Of course, she looked absolutely fabulous and made it to Vogue's Best Dressed Celebrities of the Week list. Not surprised. Now, since then, we have been seeing lots more of Harry and Meghan. First, we saw Harry in an event for the upcoming Invictus Games, which will be held in Whistler in 2025. Harry, of course, looks very chipper and cordial. I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited for the upcoming Winter Invictus Games in Whistler. Then we later saw Harry and Meghan attending a hockey game. We then saw Prince Harry drop the ceremonial puck 21 years after his grandmother, the late Queen Elizabeth. Now the crowds were very warm and excited to see the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Tonight, we are thrilled to welcome Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, founder and patron of the Invictus Games Foundation.
Meghan, of course, was all smiles, clapping and cheering on her husband as he threw the first ceremonial puck and getting into the game. Now, this is not Meghan's first or second round of enjoying hockey matches. For those of you who have been Meghan watchers long before her meeting Harry, you would know that she would constantly attend a lot of hockey matches with her friends during her Suits days, so it's nice to see her doing the things that she previously did, and not only being surrounded by her husband, but friends as well. Let's be a little petty, but someone on Twitter shared a post which made me chuckle. Now, there was a brief post-game interview, I believe it was one of the coaches, where he talked about meeting Harry and his interaction with him. And it was a stark contrast to other post-interview games where the players were also asked their feelings or their interactions with other royals, and it was not as warm and cuddly.
Special night with some royals in the building as well?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. I gave him a fist bump. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. I did it, though. He did it. I don't know, he kind of looked at me, but he did it, so, pretty cool to get a fist bump from, right?
Did you get a chance to meet with the royal family? And if not, how was it like having them there in the building?
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph?
The Prince and Princess of Wales.
Oh, no, I did not. I'm only familiar with one royal family. I don't know too much about that one. Thank you.
I'm so excited for this new era for Harry and Meghan. They're just out and about, doing things that they enjoy, having a blast. And a lot of people have been noting that the British tabloids are finding out about their comings and goings the same time as we do for the most part. And someone on Twitter tweeted something to the effect of, William's people doesn't have Prince Harry's schedule. And a lot of people were chuckling under that post. It's interesting that more and more people have noticed that a lot of the leaks was coming from Harry's father and Harry's brother's offices. There was also a very funny video of sports reporter Ian McIntyre confessing to fanboying over Prince Harry.
Ian, did you have any idea, in this day and age, this is incredible, that Harry and Meghan were going to be at that game last night?
No, I did not. I was a little bit of a fanboy when I saw them, I have to admit. Anyone my age could be called a boy, but it was, you know what? It was a cool moment. And here's the thing about sports, and you guys have been lucky in the same way that I have. So often, sports presents us with a front row seat to history. And that was not history with a capital H. But, it's 21 years since the Queen dropped the puck between Naslund and Ricci. And so it was a great moment. And you know what really made it? It wasn't just that Prince Harry was dropped in on everybody to drop the opening face-off, and I love that Hurdle and Hughes had to tell him, okay, drop the puck now, because he was just going to hold it suspended forever, it seems. But that not only did he stick around for the game, he seems to have enjoyed it, and so did Megan. And it's a great night. Everybody who was there now has a story to tell for the rest of their life.
Yeah, it'll be
the night Prince Harry came out and dropped the puck.
It'll be referred to and shown decades from now.
We also saw photos and some audio of the Minister of Tourism, Arts, Culture, and Sports, Laura Popham, talking about what it felt like to meet Harry and Meghan and the preparation for the upcoming Invictus Games.
Are you allowed to talk about this?
Yeah. What a thrill that was. Yes, I can absolutely talk about it. But it was kept pretty tight. There's a lot of protocol when you're dealing with folks such as the Duke and Duchess. So we weren't allowed to talk about it, and it was kept tight. We were able to make it there on time. We had to leave the legislature, and the Premier and I got over there just in the nick of time. And then we were able to meet with them and have a wonderful evening. And the Canucks won.
They won. Yes, they did. Now, I mean, I have to ask, because, I mean, a lot of people want to know, what are they like, or what was your takeaway from meeting them?
Well, I think I'll be honest. I was pretty nervous because it's not an everyday occurrence. Yeah. So, but they were wonderful. They were friendly. We had lots of great conversations. Of course, they spent time in North Saanich, which we all know about.
Yes.
And so they love Vancouver Island. So that was a really good place to start. They love British Columbia, and but the reason that they were here, of course, is they were doing site visits for the Invictus Games. And that is coming up in 2025 in Vancouver and Whistler. So that was the main topic of conversation.
Sure.
And what an everybody's getting very excited about it. We're 1 year out, coming up in a couple months, and we are going to see the excitement just completely ramp up. It's going to be amazing.
And economically, it's huge. Like, I mean, this is turning into a very. It was, I think, a modest start, and now it's just one of these larger events of this nature, right? And very, very. I mean, we can get into the whole, what Invictus Games is all about, etc. But from an economic standpoint, it's massive, isn't it?
It is, and it's massive. One of the reasons it's massive is because it's an international event.
Soon after the hockey game, we saw photos of Meghan meeting with some of the ladies of the Vancouver charity Justice for Girls. And I love that Harry and Meghan seem to always try to get different charitable visits in. Meghan especially, whenever they're making trips overseas. It's never just a one and done. They try to schedule different things that are very much in vein to the things that they love and focus on. For Meghan, we know that she loves to do charitable work with anything dealing with women empowerment, and this is no different. Now, this is not the first time that Meghan has met with that charity. She met with Justice for Girls in 2020 as well. Now, let's switch gears from royals who work to working royals who are profiting off of the dead. The Guardian recently published an article going into details concerning the secret profits that King Charles has been amassing from dead folks in the UK. So apparently the people who did not have a will or their next of kin was not found, the assets, the estate, whatever it is that they have amassed, is taken over by the Duchy of Lancaster. And Prince Charles is the one who personally profits off of this. Now, I truly encourage you to actually read the article. It is really good. I will link it in the description box below. But yeah, you constantly hear the royalists call Harry and Meghan grifters. But as I've said before, when it comes to the things that they project onto Harry and Meghan, it's usually things that other working royals have done, are doing, and is doing to a greater extent. The projection is real.
Hey, psst, do you want to know something? You know that bloke who's a billionaire, who's got loads of country homes and city properties and palaces and estates? Well, Instead of giving dead people's money to charity, as was claimed, apparently the money's been spent on doing up his own properties. You know, the ones that we would own if he didn't exist. King Charles loves wills, mainly the ones that aren't written by the people who live on the Duchess of Lancaster land.
Hi Daily Mail, allow me to explain irony to you. So today you've got another little extract from Endgame, which is supposedly another biography about Harry and Meghan. And in it, you quite incredulously think that she's out of order by saying that she wouldn't want to come back to Britain because it's like stepping into a soap opera, the life of the court here. And you're like amazed by that, like who does she think she is? And yet, for the past month, 6 weeks, you guys and all the right-wing media have been relentlessly posting articles about her and Harry, all of which have got no substance at all. And we know that because you said an insider says. It is said that it's not based on anything other than what you guys make up. And then you've got the audacity to say, oh, I can't believe she doesn't want to come back here because we treat her so well. GB News has an article about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry practically every day. You guys throw those two down our throats and then everybody's up in arms saying, oh, we've heard enough about them, but there was nothing to hear. You have entirely perpetuated the myth that they are hungry for fame. And then when they eventually put a biography, which I don't bloody blame them, because you want to get out something that says your own part of the story, because you guys are making so much up. You're like, well, how dare they do that? What I'm saying is, you are creating the problem that you then think you're trying to solve by making more of a problem. It is bonkers. Thank you, as you were.
Prince Harry made a surprise appearance in Vancouver on Monday evening where he attended the Canucks game at Rogers Arena. He dropped the puck in the ceremonial face-off between the Canucks and the visiting team, who I forgot to look up. This was a promotion for the 2025 Invictus Games, which will be held in February of that year in Vancouver and Whistler. Earlier in the day, Prince Harry was photographed scoping out locations for the games, which are the Invictus Games' first ever winter events, which is so exciting. It's going to be a whole new ball game for the Invictus Game. Selfishly, I am excited about it because it means that in about 14 months we'll get a stunning series of winter fashion moments from Meghan Markle, who did attend the hockey game with Prince Harry this week. I had a lot of DMs from people who were just watching the game from home and had no idea that Harry and Meghan were going to be in attendance. And listen, I mean, that's kind of the hallmark of them post-royal life. Their appearances, guys, are not getting leaked in advance anymore. Do we think that's a coincidence? Or that's not to say that they're not taking any cues from their time as working royals. Prince Harry doing this puck drop was actually somehow a callback to his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, who in 2002, as part of her Golden Jubilee celebrations, celebrating 50 years as queen, dropped a puck in a ceremonial face-off for the Canucks in the exact same arena. That is how you tie in the royal working model to your post-royal life. Harry is still a royal. He is still the Duke of Sussex. That is part of his identity. But it's so fascinating watching him and Meghan take these royal playbook items and make them work for them. I actually wrote an entire Substack article about this, but it's also so refreshing seeing them be able to approach these events and appearances with intention. Meghan especially looks so much more relaxed these days, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they are able to put their energy behind things that are important to them. They are able to highlight the 2025 Invictus Games 14 months in advance, and you know the hype is only going to build from here.
Tweets like this are why I will never be mad at Harry and Meghan for airing the dirty laundry and the relationship that the royals have with the media, because this response is not from a royal watcher. So Harry coming forward and saying this is what's been going on, and it's been going on for literal years and decades, it's opened a lot of people's eyes. Because before their Netflix documentary, unless you're a royal watcher, you don't understand what the royal rota is. You don't understand what briefing is. You don't understand that all the royals, at least the senior ones, have their own office that primarily works just for them. And they will do anything to make sure that their royal that they work for gets good coverage. But the media constantly shitting on Harry and Meghan on behalf of the monarchy, particularly Will and Kate, aren't necessarily helping, but that's a conversation for another day.
There's a lot of things I love about this. A lot of things. One, obviously, seeing Harry and Meghan. Always love that. always love that lately it's been like a surprise. And that the British media had no idea. And I know they're just like so pissed off that they've been like caught off guard so many times since Harry and Meghan have left that place. But my absolute favorite thing is that they used the royal monogram and had their titles under the name. I know the people on that island are so mad, but their monogram is so, it's like class, beautiful. I love it. So I'm so happy it's been used. I'm so happy. And that's like thought out. They're like, hey, let's use the royal. They knew exactly what they were doing. I know the people who put this together did. And I love it for them. Love it for us. And I love the person who did that. Love it so much. And I love how we know that they're pissed off over there. Like, we already know. And that they try to make us believe that they know Harry and Meghan's plans all the time. But you know nothing. You know just as much as us. And you're a news outlet. You're supposed to have the breaking news, the in on everything. Your sources know everything, according to you guys, about Harry and Meghan. You didn't even know they're going to a hockey game. Didn't even know. You thought Invictus Games was like up in arms, about to fall apart. Literally there for Invictus Games. Literally in Canada for Invictus Games. It's just, I love our Duke of Sussex and our Duchess of Sussex so much. So much. I'm just happy to see them having a good time every single time they go out. They're just enjoying themselves, unbothered, living their lives. Love to see it.
Of course, they haven't found anybody for the Commonwealth Games because nobody likes that shit. It actually costs places money. Like, I think one township went bankrupt because of it, and they don't make any money because no one wants to go to it. So the reason they're attacking Invictus is because the royal family openly said they weren't the ones creating this, and this was Harry's project, and Harry funded it, and he got all the money for it, and he raised it, and he made it great. Nothing they've done has been able to rival what Harry has done and what Meghan has done by what the two of them have done with Archewell. The Prince's Trust, which is now the King's Trust because Chuck don't trust Baldy with anything, tells you how little substance those people have. And go Harry, go Meghan.
Hey guys, so you said they changed their fake protocol to bash Meghan and praise Kate, who she does worse, double standards, and totally agree. Had the tables been reversed, yeah, I was going to do the whole flip it and reverse it by Missy Elliott, but I decided not to. But anyway, we're going to go in here. I'm tired, guys. I'm so tired. It's been a long day, and I got a much longer day tomorrow. But with saying that, had this been Meghan showing those legs, the media, the trolls, the people would have tore her up. And that's what's sad about this whole entire situation. And though I post mostly about Meghan and Harry, there was a point, and I've always said this, at one time I was always in the fence about Kate and William, meaning I did like Kate and William. But as time progressed and I read The Spare, my thoughts changed. And hey, we all can have our own opinions on people. And I really was hoping that the Fabulous Four would kick some butt. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would really be a cool team. Because I think Meghan and Kate could have complemented each other tremendously. And you know the sad thing is, I can think this way because I don't see just in a little box. And I'm sure you don't either. But the people that come into these contents and leave the most ridiculous things, and when I say ridiculous, some of these comments are just plain horrible about Meghan. I just don't get it. Yeah. So sometimes I'll clap back on some people, but like I said, my grandson said, Nana, don't even respond to him. He's 15 years old and he's like, literally, don't respond to those negative trolls anymore. Only respond to your good people. And that's coming from a 15-year-old, by the way. And I get it. Sometimes I do clap back, but it's sometimes to give them a little, but you know what? It's Thanksgiving. So I'm just going to, yeah. But I do agree with you. Double standards, they are so bad at. I think if people would just stop with this whole way they think about Meghan and just let them be. But that'll never happen. Harry was right. He was so correct on all of this.
What? I got time today. I got time today. So my girl Meghan Markle was doing a red carpet interview, as she should, at the Power of Women event that she was invited to. And she was looking amazing, right? She was looking gorgeous. Because one thing Meghan's gonna serve is flawless, effortless. She was in transition of a pose. She's not even posing right here. She's in transition. And she's looking gorgeous. Look at her. Look at her. But there was always someone who got to hate. But the haters, they decided not to keep quiet. So I decided not to keep quiet. Starting off with you, Miss Blind Adam. You say, Meghan Markle, what does she do? You go on and say, oh, is her career just going to events? I know you ain't talking. Is it your whole career online just you talk about people? And we're not even going to go on and on about how many celebrities where they haven't been doing projects for years or whatever, and we don't question them, but you question Meghan Markle. Mm-hmm. And you say, like, what does she do for a living? Apparently, she does enough for you to be talking about her. Huh? She keeps you having a conversation. Maybe you should keep your smart remarks to yourself. Miss Wear filter every single video. Who are you really? What does your face even look like? And you, what are you, Royal News? I don't even know what the rest of their thing is because it's cut off because it's too long. Talking about Meghan Markle lacks talent and skill. Obviously, she has enough skill to keep her name in the press and you talking about her. That's a skill in itself. She has a skill to make you want to care. Because you do. You're talking bad about her. There are countless celebrities that wish they were in conversations. They wish we would talk about them, but nobody cares. And then you had the nerve, the gall, to say it's astonishing how Meghan never seems to look good. What you look like? What you look like? She looks good in the most basic way, as in like no effort needed. It's not like she's wearing this glamorous red carpet dress. She said, ooh, cute and comfy, coming. And she did it. So my question to the Meghan Markle haters is, if she's so untalented and so whack as you assume or lead to, why does she have these security guards? Why does she have paparazzi? Why are people not asking her questions about Harry? They're asking her questions about herself, right? And then you try to do some low blows, talk about how do you feel about being part of two broken families? Excuse me? Oh, can we talk about your personal life? It's always the people that have the most wackest personal life. Like you might not even be married, or if you've been married, your mother-in-law probably hates you. You know what I'm saying? Let's get in your business. Because you all been Meghan's. And Meghan just be existing. She just be breathing. Look at her in this candid shot of a screenshot. She got a vein in her forehead. And she still look beautiful. You just mad. Ooh. So as Meghan keeps it classy and just looks back and smiles, talking about, okay, I'm here to say hush your mouth. Don't you got something better to do? I leave Meghan alone and maybe talk about something more important.
Harry and Meghan were in Vancouver, Canada yesterday, promoting the 2025 Invictus Games and reminding everyone that there are no leaks coming out of Montecito. The next Invictus Games are only 14 months away, so early in the day yesterday, Prince Harry and senior members of the Invictus Games Foundation visited venues and reviewed plans for the upcoming games. But it was Harry and Meghan's evening events that caught everyone's attention. Harry and Meghan spent the evening at Rogers Arena to take in a Canucks and Sharks game, and also to show everyone that it's possible to be both royal and relatable. And well-dressed. Harry walked out onto the ice like he owned the place with the confidence of a man who genuinely feels free. And Meghan just always gets it right. She wore a classic all-black ensemble, dressed up with some of her signature jewelry pieces, and a few new ones added in. But I think it was less of her fashion and more of her glow that people couldn't look away from, including Harry. This photo is one of my favorites of the night because as Meghan watches the game, Harry can't help but watch her. Another great moment of the night was Prince Harry dropping the ceremonial puck prior to the start of the game, and in doing so, continuing the legacy of his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, who did the same thing 2 decades prior. Once the game kicked off and Harry joined Meghan in their box, it became clear quite quickly that they are both Canucks fans. And they were feeling all the emotions.
Is it in? Is it not? Does it count? They have yet to see a goal. KT Miller as he makes it 3-1 Vancouver.
And as much fun as it was to watch Harry and Meghan feel all the things, this event was also a great representation of how the general public feels about them. And that feeling is respect. This is one of several events lately where one or both Harry and Meghan have been able to pop up completely unexpected. With all of the planning that goes into these events, especially when high-profile people attend, it has to take a great deal of respect for Harry and Meghan from all of the people involved to not leak their appearances. And it also keeps them safe and avoids another frightening pursuit by the paparazzi who are desperate to sell their photos to the UK tabloids. But when I watched that video, it is the last image of Harry and Meghan walking down the hallway, hand in hand, that sends a message of almost power, certainly strength and unity. And that image, coupled with the images of Harry and Meghan leaping to their feet and dancing, Harry honoring the Queen's legacy, and the two of them being so clearly in love, all of those in the same night, that is what makes them both royal and relatable.
Somebody over there on Salt Island, in the palace on Salt Island, done got to the people over there at the Crown. Because, they're trying to make Daddy's sausage fingers look good, okay? I am now on the episode where Princess Diana and Dodi Al-Fayed are killed in the tunnel in Paris. And Daddy Sausage Fingers goes to see Lady Di in the morgue. And he just breaks down boohoo crying. And if we know anything about Daddy Sausage Fingers, that man ain't nowhere near sympathetic, okay? I genuinely believe that man right there, he might have done a single shed tear, but that man didn't break down and cry like they trying to portray on that show. No. I do know it's a dramatization based off of historical facts, but that man did not do all that boohoo crying, because that man did not like to be upstaged and still does not like to be upstaged. And one thing is for sure, and two things are for certain: everybody and their mama came out for Princess Diana, whether in life or in death. And that man was probably mad as hell that that woman, even in death, upstaged him. Can I get an amen? Because you know she upstaged him in death. This happened in 1997. It was everywhere, all over every news channel. Like literally, you ask your mama, where were you the day Princess Diana died? I guarantee you, we all got a story. Yes, we do. But that man right there, he ain't do all that boohoo crying. He ain't do all that.
You said, if they're loving wife, why does he always look so miserable? Gosh, is this what miserable looks like, guys? Oh my, I had no clue. Gosh, they look so happy. Wait, I think I have another. Oh look, he's showing his love and PDA with his arms around her. Gosh, I had no idea. Oh, looky there. Another smile because he's so miserable. Gosh, guys. He's not miserable, but I know that's just what you guys want to think.
So I had to collect myself and come on here because my For You page is covered with this. Kate wore the Strathmore Rose tiara. Y'all remember this, right? Coronation Day, she was not permitted to wear a tiara, but her team cobbled together some sort of headband that many of us believed looked a lot like Rose's family tiara. And we know who Rose is. We don't have to explain who Rose is, right? Prince Charles told Princess Diana that he was not about to become the very first Prince of Wales without a mistress. We know that Willie is a traditional kind of guy. Let me know what y'all think, because I believe it's two things that's going on here. Either she has a weird, almost tragic sense of humor, or her team is not on her team. Like, no.
I feel like when Meghan Markle sees advertisements for the final season of The Crown, she's like, damn, they almost got me too. Almost. It must be akin to watching the movie Get Out without a happy ending. Season 6 is the first episodes I've fully watched, and my god, I would survive -5 seconds in the royal family in any capacity. 1, these large old homes with lack of central air conditioning. 2, everyone talking like it's Game of Thrones. And 3, just generally pretending all these colonizers aren't dust buckets. I will die before I bow to a white woman, period. Point blank. End of story. Fight me. Fight me.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell.